One of the first things that we are taught is that we have to do the Amorati ritual. And the Amorati ritual, in a way, is like a GPS for our life. Who am I today? What do I want my life to look like? What am I orienting myself towards? And in our journey of growth, we ask ourselves these questions many times. Who am I? What's the truth of who I am as a man, as a woman? What's the core of my essence? What do I have to give? What do I have to share? What's the role that I play in my life and in the life of others? Who am I? What do I want my life to look like? However, as many of you have found, the question of who am I is one that is bottomless, because no matter what answer you find, you always figure out and you always feel that there must be more to it. Maybe right now you're a shy man and you want to be a strong, courageous, confident man. But the day that you are that, you realize that there's something else. This is not all there is to me. So who am I is not a question that demands an answer, but it's a path on its own. It's the unfolding of happiness, the unfolding of our life. In a way, it's an eternal, mystical hide and seek, because when we think we have found the truth of who we are, we realize that that's quite not it. It's part of it, but not all of it. And then, what do I want my life to look like? We start wanting things. I want a nicer car, more money, a hotter woman. At that point, we objectify our partners. We want stuff. We want more of something. Then we realize that that's not fulfilling. Maybe we have the car, the house, the partner that looks a certain way, and we're miserable. So we realize that there must be something else. So now I want more experiences. I want to travel the world. I want to connect. I want to make friends. I want to have an impact. And we want more and more of this. Maybe I want to become a coach. Maybe I want to do my own, share my own flavor of leadership. But we realize that it's not enough. There's something else that's missing. So we abandon the chase for things, the chase for experiences, and we understand that maybe it's all about growth, maybe it's all about expansion. Maybe it's all about becoming something more than what we were yesterday. So now I want more growth, I want to be a better man, I want to stand stronger in my truth. But this also is an endless road. So where do we go from here? Because we ask ourselves this question, who am I? And that has no answer. What do I want my life to look like? And we go through waves of more and more and more. But one day we will realize that we don't want more. We want all of it. And all of it cannot be experienced in drops gradually. We have to come to it. So at this point, we understand that these are essential parts of our journey. Looking at myself and looking at life. Who am I and what do I want my life to look? But once we have walked this path experientially and not mentally, we realize that I don't know who I am. That's the closest we can get to truth. And I want my life to look like in many ways, but ultimately my joy and the quality of my life does not depend on that. So once we have walked through this, we come to a point where a third question is necessary. And this is a question that, for you, especially you men out there, if you get to the bottom, to the roots of this question, you will transform everything you believe to be true about yourself and about life. This question alone can become a rite of passage from boyhood into manhood. Because we understand that we've been asking what we want to get from life, what we want to turn it into. And rarely do we come to a point where we sit and contemplate, what am I willing to give in this life? What am I willing to share with others? What am I willing to pour my life into? We can only come to this point when we realize that no matter how much we get, joy is not going to come from there. Fulfillment is not going to come from there. It must come from a different place. If as a man you ask yourself this question, what is something worth pouring my life into? What is the weight I can joyfully carry? Because truth will set you free. And truth are the first two questions. Who am I? What do I want my life to do? That will set you free. But it is responsibility that will give meaning to that freedom. It is responsibility that will ensure that freedom does not turn into chaos. So I want you to ask yourself today, what am I willing to give? How much of myself am I willing to pour out there into the world? What does the world need from me? What does my family, my partner, my future partner, men at large, women, what are they craving from me? And why am I being so stingy? Why am I holding hostage all that I have to give? So ask yourself, what are you willing to pour your life into? But also, how much longer are you willing to keep yourself in the same place, holding back because of the fears that you have? How much longer are you going to keep robbing the world from everything that you have to give? And robbing yourself from experiencing the man and the woman you could be if you got out of your own way. And as we explore these questions, we understand that it's not a tangible answer. It's not, the world wants me to be a coach, the world wants me to be a leader. It's more of an energy. What life is demanding, what life desperately requires and wants from you, it's not an answer, it's a way of being. It's a way of walking through the world. An energy with which you carry yourself and with which you touch your life, the life of those that are close to you, and hopefully the lives of everybody else. It is an energy that when we come in contact with it, we realize the answer to the first two questions. We realize who we are, and we realize what our life is all about. And this journey with the Ars Amorata is all about coming to that place. Because once you're willing to be honest with yourself, to tell the truth to yourself first and foremost, once you're willing to be radically honest, then the truth sets you free. And once you're willing to carry a weight, to carry responsibility, that freedom turns into meaning. The size of the weight that you're willing to carry defines the size of the man or the woman that you are, and the size of the life that you live. But once you have been honest with yourself, and once you have committed to the responsibility that you are willing and required to embrace, the inevitable side effect of this is beauty. It's a life of meaning, a life of fulfillment, not because something is going to come from another place, but because we have found within ourselves the energy with which to make that